Alright, so here's a fanfiction idea I'm gonna give out to everybody, because I don't know how to fucking do it. Yeah, so, yeah, as you can see from the title, a Batman Gravity Falls crossover. How would a Batman Gravity Falls crossover go? Now, you may be thinking, oh, that's really cool. Batman and Gravity Falls, both deal with mysteries, they both deal with a lot of freaky stuff. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Here's the problem. A lot. So, in a nutshell, the idea I had was there was one idea and one subplot idea. There's a subplot idea to this, just bear with me. The main plot, and this was a very loose idea, is that basically Joker and Harley Quinn kidnap Mabel and turn her into the next Joker, because Joker is kind of like, yeah, we're getting old, Batsy, so I'm going to make a new Joker. It's pretty much the same. It's kind of the same plot line of Return of the Joker, of what happened to Tim Drake in that movie. So that's kind of the thing, is that Mabel is now the new, she's going to be turned into the new Joker, and the subplot is that Wendy is now looking further into her mother. She's looking further into her mother's past. She wants to know who is her mother, and will she ever find her? And who is she? And she believes that she has found her in Gotham City. She believes that her mother is still alive, and she wants to find, she wants to find the connection in Gotham City. Honestly, you could easily put the Wendy looking for her mother plot as the major plot, and the Joker taking Mabel as the subplot, because Mabel's gonna, you could have it honestly as, Wendy finds out about, her mother is alive in Gotham. She doesn't know who her mother is, but her birthplace was in Gotham, and she's thinking to herself, okay, if she's from Gotham, maybe that's the first place I should check, Gotham records, to find out who my mother is. If she's from Gotham City, I'll go there and look. While they're there, I guess you could have that the subplot is Joker and Harley find Mabel, and, they're trying to, they're getting on, Joker's like, oh, we're getting on in years. We need a family, Harley. And, yeah, they find Mabel. She's a ton of laughs. They take her, turn her into a new Joker. Something like that. Yeah, the more I think about it, you could honestly do, that you could have the Joker as the subplot, and her, Wendy searching for her mother. As for her mother, it could be anybody, really. I initially was going to have it was going to be Poison Ivy, because redheads for the wind, am I right? It could essentially be anybody, even a new character. And, yeah, you could have, this would be a pretty dark story. This would, here's the thing I have with this it's a cool idea, but that's kind of all I really have, because, honestly, yeah, there's just some fanfiction ideas where I'm like, that's really cool! How the fuck do I do that? And I've talked about this before several times over in several fanfiction. This one I'm really hoping someone takes, because this is I feel like you could, if you can work it out right, of having the characters in one area or another, because it would probably have to be that the Mystery Shack gang has to go to Gotham rather than Batman going to Gravity Falls, because unless it's a villain or something that is connecting it to Gravity Falls, Batman has no reason to leave Gotham City. He doesn't even like leaving Gotham, so it would have to be, they go to Gotham to, find out these reasons, and hilarity ensues. So that's so that would be the big thing, with this story, is that, it's, they would have to go to Gotham, and you're probably wondering, well, why can't Batman go to Gravity Falls? That, he's a billionaire, he can go wherever the fuck he wants. Here's the thing, Batman is so, and I feel, and this is just me personally, this is just a personal thing, is that, unless it's a major problem, I don't feel like Batman should ever, Batman's one of those characters, unless he's with the Justice League, or looking up on a lead, it always feels a little weird when Batman leaves Gotham. Like, it's his city, he always just stays in his city, so it always feels weird when he's there. And also, plus, Batman's gonna look a little ridiculous out in the, out in this Forest, Oregon area. There's no really big, buildings and whatnot for him to skulk around and hide in. He's just gonna, people are gonna be commenting on, why is the guy in the bat suit swinging from tree to tree? He knows he's not a real bat, right? Yeah. So it would probably have to be, if anyone was to write this, it would have to be they go to Gotham, not the other, Batman comes to Gravity Falls. But I'm not saying you can't, you know, it's not impossible for that to happen. It just looks like, I just feel like it would be kind of ridiculous for Batman to be running around and not doing the whole sneak in the shadows kind of deal in, you know, in a small town. But yeah. Anyway. What else did I want to say? Not much else. I'm really hoping someone takes this idea, because again, that's really all I really have. I mean, I have, like, fun scenes in my head, really, that if you want to write them, go ahead. Like, Grunkle Stan, gambling at the Iceberg Lounge and trying to cheat the Penguin out of money. Yeah, admit it. You would want to see that, too, of Grunkle Stan, cheating the money out of, cheating at the Iceberg Lounge, and Cobblepot's like, oh, you're fucking dead, buddy. Yeah, so stuff like that's one scene. I don't know if I would, like, again, it's all up to the writer, because this is just me. I don't know if I would actually have, like, Mabel and Dipper put on the Robin, either Mabel or Dipper put on the, a Robin costume or something like that. Nothing too outlandish, but I would I always have this fun scene in my head of, like, Seuss riding in the Batmobile with Batman, and he's just like, oh, Don, this is pretty sweet, Don. Oh, man. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw this idea out there, just so if someone wants to do, like, a fun fanfiction idea, there you go. I gave you a fanfiction idea. Batman in Gravity Falls. I don't think I've ever seen one, actually. Well, no, I've seen one, but it was for Arkham. Yeah, I think it was for Arkham. Yeah, and it was like, one little story of them, like, oh, Arkham City's going to be in Gravity Falls. What? Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this. Comment below, let me know what you think of it, and if anyone wants this story, go right ahead. You have my full permission to write this story. There you go. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.